Hi guys, it's Spartan765. Today I'm just going to do just a basic video on some Yugoslavian complete refinishing tips. This is taking an issued rifle with a good bore, not a crappy bore, because if you've got a crappy bore, there's no point in doing this. Because the whole point of this is to return it to brand new condition. So you got to have a good bore to do this, or you should have a very, very good bore, to do this. Like mine has a very good bore. First, strip the bluing off this by a Bertrand Casey rebluing kit. Strip all the bluing off this, off your barrel. Obviously, you want to take when you reblue any military rifle, you want to take the tangent sight off and the sight spring, because the sight spring will crack and break because of the reaction with the bluing remover. I don't know why it does that. Also, you want to take your your gas valve out and your bayonet off. On Yugos, the bayonet screw generally comes out pretty easily. Norncos are a little tighter, but they'll come out. Your interrupter here, you don't need to worry about that. That should be just fine. You don't need to take that out. Strip all your bluing off. That'll be good. Strip it all off. Be careful. You wanna keep your barrel thick with oil so you don't get any corrosion in your barrel from the bluing. Try not to get any in the receiver. And when you put your tangent sight back on, take some 600 grit sandpaper and just sand over the top to get the original look like that. Obviously, refinish your mag. I only blued the actual part that drops out because the other part still had all the bluing on it. There's no point in stripping it. Receiver cover came out. Your bolts on Yugos tend to be kind of have that handled look, like where they're not finely polished, or they got a little bit of mild corrosion on them, like black and rust spots. Well, there wasn't really much in this, but just take some 600 grit sandpaper and kind of polish it like you would like your boot. Like take it in one in one hand and one in the other and go up and down. Put it in a vise. That's what I did with this here. Did a trigger job in the trigger. Took about 8 hours to get that completely fine-tuned. Again, the trigger job is do at your own risk. I'm not going to do video on that because I'm just not going to. If you want to know how to do a trigger job, there's plenty of videos out there done on YouTube. I took a ultra fine stone and sanded filed down the sear, and I got that to neutral engagement. Really smooth trigger pull, and I also filed a little bit on the hammer where it contacts the sear. That's all done. And obviously when you reblue your trigger group, you want to take all the parts out. You don't really need to reblue the parts, just the actual base. Bolts all cleaned out. You got to have all the cosmeline out of your gun before you do this, so your bluing won't adhere. Again, be careful around the muzzle, or the grenade launcher. Here's a grenade tube, how to redo this without taking this off, or the handguard off. Just first chemically strip this, leaving this original crap on. Well, actually, first what you want to do if you're taking your stain off, your original finish off, take this off with some stripper first, then strip your tube completely. Because you want to strip this first and sand this down first, the wood first. You want to do the wood first, sand it down, then you want to take your and then you want to get your bluing off with some bluing remover. Then after that, you want to blue this, trying to be careful not to get bluing on the wood. It won't really do much, but it'll make it a little darker. I was very good about that. Didn't get the bluing on there at all. Steel wool it, and then oil it, and then put some finish on here. I didn't paint or restain that. I just put I put linseed oil on it first. Linseed on first, boiled linseed, and then I just took a paper towel and this polyurethane here to get a good kind of factory style finish on it. What you want to do is just take the polyurethane, just take a paper towel, dip it in there, and wipe it on. Yeah, you'll get it on your hands, but it gets you the best, closest to the original factory finish. I took just this Minwax polyurethane fast drying. It actually takes about 3 or 4 days to dry completely. So, yeah. Stock did the same thing. That's drying. You can't really see that with the crappy lighting, but stock came out really good. Still drying. Obviously, I finished it a couple days ago and it's almost completely dry. Bayonet again. Take that off when you got it off. Good chance to get all the cosmeline out inside there where the sleeve goes over the bayonet. Operating rod, that's in there because it's all ready to get put back together as soon as I get my stock dry. You want to take your operating rod out and clean the operating rod channel out good after you blew it. Obviously you want to coat that in oil too when you blew it. Any open area you want to coat with oil, like inside the gas valve there, you want to coat that with oil. Yeah, obviously you got your valve out, but inside where the gas valve would sit, coated with oil. Don't really need to worry about covering up the white and the sight, the white lettering, because bluing remover won't take that off, and rebluing it, the bluing won't adhere to it, so you'll be good with that. When you get finished with this rifle here, this is going to look basically just like an unissued rifle. It's going to come out pretty good, very good. That's the way I want it to. I mean, again, refinishing a Yugo SKS, since it's an SKS, it's not a super rare collector's item yet. Most people would rather buy a refinished one like this in perfect condition than buy one with 60% bluing, a horrible stock. You know, think about it. If you were buying an SKS, would you rather have one with the original finish or one that looked good? Obviously, this probably isn't true with rare rifles like just the Molson Nagant M91. You probably wouldn't want to refinish that, or a PU Sniper. You probably wouldn't want to refinish that. But all came out good. Got any questions on it? I don't know if high quality will be enabled on this video or not, but I suppose you can watch it. All came out perfect. You got any questions, comments? Oh, just a little note to people who are thinking of customizing the Yugos to put a tactical stock on, like I got on my Chinese Type 56. You do not want to do that at all, because as soon as you modify it, if you put even a different muzzle brake on it, that'll be making it illegal because of the stupid, retarded, mentally screwed over 922R law, compliance law. So if you ever do that, if you ever customize it, you got to get a new stock, obviously, new operating rod, new gas piston, new magazines, Tapco 20 rounds, whatever, made in the USA, and then a new muzzle attachment. These muzzle attachments here are a bitch to get off. You really got to be careful when you take these off so you don't bend the barrel. The ones with the holes in them tend to come off easier because you can stick a screwdriver in there. But there's a pin you got to pop out, and they're usually on there very tight. I've actually heard stories of people trying to take them off, putting the receiver in a vise, and actually twisting the barrel off instead of the muzzle, instead of the grenade launching muzzle attachment. So they're on there very tight, and you got to be very careful if you take them off. Got any questions, comments on this video? Feel free to send me a message. Again, after you blew a barrel, you always want to put oil on it. Naturally, every time. If you want to know how to blew a barrel, you can check out my where you blew a gun barrel. You can check out my barrel rebluing videos series. There's like 6 videos on how to do that. Any questions, comments, send me a message. Spartan765 out.